out in the Bells Bend area of Davidson County, where through the years, community members have been brought together over a wide range of issues, such as a proposed landfill and urban development. Wanting to do something productive and positive and sustainable with their land, they decided to start some community gardens. When they visited our farm and saw the gardens there, they decided that's exactly what they wanted. They asked me to help them make it happen. Early last winter, I visited the Bells Bend area for the first time. As they drove me around, I saw piles of manure over here, lots of rolls of unused hay over here, and some neat old tractors that we could use. The soil had a good looking color to it, but it was real compacted and was full of crabgrass. I said okay, and within 6 months, we're feeding a 40-member and growing CSA, supplying local restaurants, farmers markets, and charities with all the surplus vegetables. The birth of the Bells Bend Neighborhood Farms took family planning, hours of labor, and lots of loving care. With Nashville just a few miles away, it makes sense to develop local organic farms. My first requirement was an 8-foot tall fence to keep the deer out. Several of the neighbors donated fence posts from their woodlands, and then one day in late February, 50 people showed up here to put this fence up, braving sleet and rain and foul weather, and they did a great job too. In late January, I started chisel plowing. To get rid of the crabgrass, I wanted to expose the roots to the air. I chisel plowed this land many times. I spread limestone at the rate of about a half a ton, and we used a couple 100 pounds of wood ashes. I wanted to sweeten the soil up. Next, I turned my attention to making compost, and again, the community chipped in to help. 3 different neighbors donated 30 tons of old manure from their farm, and another neighbor had some old wood chips from the power lines cuttings that had been sitting there for 5 years. It was real well rotted. We brought in 60 tons of partially composted cow manure and wood chips, and we mixed this all together with about 800 pounds of rock phosphate and 2 tons of granite meal. I told the group about the biodynamic preparations that I make using herbs and animal organs, and they said, go ahead. Altogether, we put about 28 units of these preparations in the compost piles that we've already spread on the gardens, and we're using them again in their compost for next fall. That's right here. We also stirred the biodynamic field preparations 18 different times to try to re-inoculate the soil with beneficial microbes and enzymes and good energies. And it might have been a little excessive, but this was all new land that I'd never done anything with before, and I wanted to be sure that we'd have a successful garden. Last winter, the family involved in this project got together to plan out the garden. We decided to put a path between the 2 half-acre plots and have the cosmos and zinnias on either side just for beauty. Then we decided how many rows of the lettuce, the beans, the cucumbers, the squash, and all the different crops we wanted to have to feed the CSA and the markets that we were going to supply food to. Last December, I agreed to help 4 farms in the Bells Bend area start organic gardens. But I didn't agree to manage them and deal with all the produce. Luckily, when Eric, a neighborhood kid, graduated from college in May, he took on the job. And what a great job he's done. Eric, this is a big project. How do you deal with all the work?
Well, it is a lot of work, Jeff. You know, I spent a lot of time out here by myself for the first few months, working long 10 to 12-hour days, hoeing and weeding. Yeah. But, you know, after, over time, we kind of developed this good support base. There's this growing interest of young folks my age who want to learn how to do this.
That's really exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And so we I put an ad in this organization called WOOF, which stands for Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms, and we've had immense response from them. I've had over 35 requests of people from around the country and around the world who want to come work on our farm.
Wow.
And then we have a lot of folks from Nashville who just come out and work every day, spend a few hours in the garden.
You grew up around here, so you have a lot of friends.
Right, yeah. So I also have a few good friends who have come out and helped me out a bunch.
And they're still your friends?
Some of them.
Eric, your Swiss chard looks good.
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, this cool weather we've had recently has really helped it along, and we hope to be harvesting it through November. So
yeah, it'll come back after you cut it every time. And this, celery.
Yeah, most people don't grow celery around here, but as you know, you've managed to get away with it, and so we tried it this year, and it's done fairly well here. And this celery, this is real celery. It's very flavorful stuff. Unlike the stuff you'll buy in the grocery store. Yeah, give it a shot.
All right, it is good. Well, what you got over here?
Well, here we have a second planting. We originally had 3 rows of lettuce through here, and after those bolted when the weather got too hot, we went back and planted a row of basil, a new row of peppers, and a row of kale for the fall. So
great, great. So you always want to keep new stuff coming on in the garden, right?
Right.
Hey, Eric. I got a lot of extra summer squash. Need any?
Yeah, Jeff had the great idea of planting 3 rows of summer squash, and it's been quite a summer. Thanks, Jeff. We
How many pounds did you give away?
Oh, probably close to 2,000 pounds of summer squash this year.
Local charities?
Right.
Eric, these are lovely beans, and you got them staked up on what looks like bamboo.
Yeah, that's right. These are an heirloom variety of purple pole beans that you, as you know, you got from an old farmer in your area and who's been saving seed for a while, and then you've been saving seed, and I plan to do the same thing for anyone who's interested in growing this variety. It does really well here, and it's delicious. This bamboo trellis that you see here,
that's nice.
Yeah, it goes pretty far down. It took us a long time to get it all harvested and put up, but we used all the bamboo from local farms around here. And
another reason to have local farms to help a garden.
Right, exactly. So we take the bamboos about 40 feet to 60 feet tall.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so we take the bottom sections of that and we use it as tomato stakes for our tomato cages. And then the next section up, the next 8 feet, we use to stake these. And then the tops of them, the leafy parts, we actually haul down to the Nashville Zoo to feed the elephants because they have a bamboo shortage right now. So
well, great.
I figured we could use everything from that. Yeah. So.
And over here, it looks like your pumpkins are taking over your watermelons.
Yeah, that's precisely what's happening. Somebody planted a little too close, or everything just did a little too well this year. So.
Well, we've had a good growing year.
We have.
Eric, what you got over here?
Oh, well here, Jeff, we've got a bunch of the same purple pole beans that I just showed you over here. And then further down, we've got different gourds and squash and other things going. And it was a really good way to utilize the fence here and grow more food and other ornamental things that we'll give out to the CSA later in the year. So
it is really beautiful.
Thank you.
One of our goals here on these Bells Bend farms is to strengthen the community through agriculture. Eric, how's that going?
It's going really well. This project has really required a lot of community help. People, all of our neighbors have really pitched in to donate manure and hay and other resources that we've really needed for the farm. And when you have that, people are investing their time and their energy into this project, and in turn they become a part of the farm, and through that the community really grows and benefits from a project like this.
In my experience, the farms really do build community.
Yeah, I would say so.
This beautiful garden here right on Old Hickory Boulevard, do you accept visitors?
Yeah, if you want to work. The garden's open to anyone who would like to come help out for a few minutes or hours, or anyone who would just like to stop by and pick some vegetables. So yeah,
great.
Come on by and see us. Support your local organic farms. I mean, shop at the farmer's market, make sure things are local and sustainably grown. You can also join a CSA, receive your produce every week. It's a great way to support local farms. And yeah, eat at restaurants who buy local produce. So yeah, really vote with your fork and tell grocery stores and other people selling food that you want local organic produce.